Hello, and welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Devin Grubb.
And I'm Zach Grubb.
Today is November 6, 2023. It is Stranger Things Day. So, we thought we would bring you a special little episode for all the things that happened today on Stranger Things Day, which, interestingly enough, it is 40 years since Will Byers went missing.
40 years to the
the day, exactly.
That Will Byers went missing.
Yes. I feel like I'm like an NPR
You're acting
DJ
like it
right now. Yeah, like jazz plus jazz equals jazz.
Did we forget how to podcast?
I think we might have. Long. We went from our 7th grade book report to this.
We got off the weekly schedule,
and now it's like, how do I
talk
do
into this thing?
I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands? Anyway, so Zach worked today, and I'm the stay-at-home mom, so I was tuning into social media all day to see what things got announced and dropped and anything. So I took some notes. Basically was just, can you stop? Basically, they just did kind of like recaps of all the seasons with some information about the play that's opening in London, and then like a big reveal at the end. So
I think the best way to go about this is you can intro stuff. I'll jump in when I have something to say, because you were a lot more involved in keeping track of Stranger Things Day today. Although there are a couple of topics I can really get into. Okay,
so basically, this morning they started off with Hawkins 1959, which is when the play, The First Shadow, takes place. I'm going to give you a little background. It's a prequel play that takes place. It's going to be in London. It doesn't take place in London. It takes place in Hawkins. But it's opening in London, and it explores Henry Creel first moving to Hawkins. And I'm basically just like gonna, in a nutshell, give you what the video that they posted today was, and then you can just chime in when you have
because I actually think this is interesting, because I feel like the lead up to season 5 is less about everyone else and just focusing on Henry in these different forms of media.
Yeah. So there's a new character in the play, Patty Newby, which I'm assuming she is
I would guess Bob's
sister. They didn't say, but I'm assuming so.
It would make the most sense.
It makes sense. And then obviously, there's the characters. There's a young Joyce, a young Hopper, young Bob. Patty apparently has a romance with Henry, which I'm a little confused about this, just given timelines of things based on what we saw in season 4 with Henry and when he got with Brenner. He seemed like he was still a child.
Yeah, this is gonna have to be a very surface level, like, he probably spent less than a year in school before.
But I'm just saying, like,
they say romance. I don't think it's going to be like a romance.
But I mean, maybe given the circumstances of what happens in the play, this is why it's not kids. But I'm just saying, Henry was like 12, right?
Yeah.
He's not being played by a 12-year-old. Patty is not played by a 12-year-old. They're adults. So I'm, I don't know. Maybe they're doing like, they're aging them up for the show or something. I don't know.
I mean, one possibility, does it all take place before Brenner takes him? Because maybe Patty was another one of the kids.
It's possible. I don't know. Brenner is in the play. It says it's the origin of how Henry Creel became one, and the origin of essentially Stranger Things and the Upside Down. And that was said by the actor who plays young Brenner.
So maybe what we're dealing with here is a romance happening while Henry is, chipped and already is one. Like within the facility. Maybe Patty worked in the facility.
Oh, that's something. Like maybe she's like an older sister.
Or like an orderly.
Or, yeah. That's okay. And that opens in 2 weeks in London.
Yeah.
But that's all that they had. They talked to the people who were like, back, like behind the scenes with the show and the lighting and the sound and everything, and how, they said there's a lot of there's gore and like there's like, appearing and disappearing and stuff. So there's a lot of effects happening in the show, which is pretty cool.
Is very funny to me because it's clearly only going to be happening when Henry's on stage.
Probably, yeah.
Like, and isn't half of this show supposed to be Joyce and Hopper, more or less?
No, they literally, the guy so said
it's like
that
90%
it's an
one.
origin. It's Henry's origin.
So then, how do Joyce and Hopper even play into this at all?
Because they were in Hawkins at the same time.
Yeah, they were in Hawkins.
I don't know. Like, I didn't write it.
Someone did.
The Duffers did. I didn't write it. I didn't write the play.
All right.
I didn't write it. I want to see it, but I didn't write it.
I'm looking forward to all the leaks after it premieres. We'll see if anybody gets a good bootleg.
Well, who knows? I entered because there was contests throughout the day as well, and I entered us into a contest. So the contests were basically like, you could win a box full of like really cool merch about season 1, really cool merch about season 2, really cool merch about season 3, really cool merch about season 4. That's the one I entered. And also,
you didn't enter all of them?
No. No, because the big thing, the last contest was, it's a grand prize. So you win one of each box.
Okay.
And you also win tickets and travel
to London
to see the play. So
that would be wild.
How that would be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
So that was how they started the day, and then they basically, there wasn't anything major. They really just did like recaps of like what were, I guess, big moments in each season. The most important one is season 1, and we'll get there with what they announced at the end. But I know they were playing on their TikTok live all day. They were just doing, The Vanishing of Will Byers was being played. But yeah, the video was just like, season 1, the first Demogorgon victim, the first time we went to Castle Byers, the first time this happened, the first time that happened.
Who did they say the first Demogorgon victim was?
The doctor. When the episode opens and it's like the doctor running down the hall into the elevator, like that was
He was not the first.
It's the first one we see.
That's the first one we see.
It is the first one we
clearly
see.
Killed a lot of people.
That's the first Demogorgon victim because it's the first one we see.
Gotcha.
First time meeting Steve. First Eggo. Like they're so silly, but like it was just like, here are some like moments from season 1 to look back on.
This was not for those of us who just rewatched the entire show painstakingly.
Like that's literally what these were. I didn't even write anything for season 3 because it was just like, flayed, most flayed. I'm like, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from this, so I am not. Did
they acknowledge Eleven's sister when they did season 2, or did they just pretend that didn't happen?
So the videos start. It was called like Bitchin' Eras. And the video starts with her, like, revealing her, like, punk look with them.
Yeah.
But that's it. They were not mentioned. You never see them again in the video. It was just, like, the beginning of it. And it was really just, to reveal her, like, her punk look with the makeup and the slicked back hair. That was it.
Yeah, that's an intentional choice. They're not bringing her back. That's a big signal to fans that we're ignoring these characters.
Good. But yeah, so that one, it brought up Max being brought in. Baby Dart. They call Will's artsy era when he's like drawing all the like the tunnels. I thought that was funny. But Steve and Dustin becoming friends. Bob, clearly.
Bob Newby, superhero.
Yeah. And, and Will being possessed by the Mind Flayer. And then
Flayer /1/Vecna.
Yeah. And then it ends with like the snowball. But that was it. That, just like important moments, notable moments from season 2.
Sure.
Season 3 came to flay. That is what they titled it. And it was just like I couldn't even, because it was like, oh, flay this, flay that, flay that. And I couldn't even like write down if they were showing me memorable moments or not, because it was like so smushed together. Like there was no, it was
the most TikTok of
oh
the
my god, it was
TikToks.
the most TikTok of the TikToks. It was an Instagram reel. And I wrote down, I have secondhand embarrassment because the person who like I just didn't write anything. The only thing that I remembered from that video was them, with Alexi. But I think they said something like Alexi has left the chat or something like that, and I was like, oh man, like what?
That's just mean.
I that was in there somewhere. I don't know. I don't remember if it was Alexi or if it could have been the thing that happened right after in the video. That didn't really tickle my fancy. And also I want to say I think I was a little distracted at that point because I think that was when Evie was giving me a hard time taking her rest and I couldn't really concentrate on things.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then so then you can go into more detail about this because you're the video game guy. They announced in between season 3 and season 4's retrospective, Stranger Things Dead by Daylight.
So I looked a little bit into this because I knew that Stranger Things previously had its own pack in Dead by Daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not familiar with this game, it's a game where how to best explain this? You play as a team of characters running around an area trying to escape, and another person is playing as the monster hunting you guys down. It's like being in a horror movie. And like every major horror icon of the past like 40 years has its own pack in this game. Like there's a Camp Crystal Lake pack where one person plays as Jason and they try to cut everybody down with their machete. There's a Freddy pack. There's is there a Halloween pack? There might be a Halloween pack. There's a Silent Hill pack. And when Devin told me that they were doing this, I was like, I'm pretty sure they did this before. I like vaguely recall the Demogorgon being a monster that could chase you down.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked into it, and they did. 4 years ago, the Stranger Things pack came to Dead by Daylight, and it's the hospital, or the facility. You can play as Steve and Nancy. There's a skin that lets you turn Steve and Jonathan, and you're hunted by the Demogorgon. Apparently, it was removed at the behest of Netflix. They asked to remove it, and if you didn't have that content already, you can never play it again. And that, like, the Hawkins map was taken out of the game. They're bringing it back. And I have to assume this is because lately Netflix just sees dollar signs and everything, and it's an easy buck for them. That's not to say this is a bad game or a bad, like, pack addition to the game. I have never personally played Dead by Daylight. I have seen people play Dead by Daylight. It's cool. It's a very cool series. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find people who are into those kind of games that don't like Dead by Daylight, and more representation for Stranger Things is great. I love the idea of playing a game where like we could be on mics together being hunted down by somebody else playing as the Demogorgon. Yeah. That's cool. If I was more into online play, I would be playing this.
Okay. So that's that one. And then they went into season 4. Memorable moments of season 4: the Hellfire Club with Erica, Rollergate, meeting Victor Creel,
Chrissy Wake Up.
I
don't like this.
Celebration. That's what I call Will's painting.
Oh, God.
with Will and how they have that little like heart to heart in the car. They were like out of order with this too, because they had like the moment like at the very end with Robin and her crush, which I don't remember what her name was.
Fast Times Girl.
Yeah, Joyce and Hopper's kiss. Watching topless Steve. When they're like that
Max.
Ninja Mary, the Master of Puppets. I
should have closed out the list.
Yeah, right. It should have, but it didn't. Master of Puppets. I piggybacked, running up that hill, and then the Vecna reveal as him being Henry.
That's the weakest one.
We knew. Well,
anybody who was paying attention could have called that.
I mean, honestly, if we're gonna go what should have rounded up season 4, it should have been running up that hill.
Yeah, because
it doesn't, like, we've talked about it before, and we'll probably talk about it many, many times. It doesn't matter how many times we see that scene; it always has the same impact.
It really does. It's wild.
Like it doesn't matter that we know what happens. That we've seen it so many times. Every time we watch, like, the build up to it still gets you.
It's
watching
so
it happen
good.
Gets you. And then, like, even though we know what's gonna happen, we're still like, is she gonna make it? Did she make it?
It is the peak of emotional manipulation on TV.
It's
fantastic.
Good. It's so good. And the fact that it can still do that, having seen it so many times, is amazing.
Yeah. It's
just such a great scene. But yeah, that was what they did for season 4.
Shout out to Sadie Sink for selling the scene.
Right? I mean, she was phenomenal
the
this
entire season.
Phenomenal. And I really hope that she's just not lying in a hospital bed the whole of season 5.
I'm sure they'll come up with something for her to do. But you know what? After season 4, she deserves a break.
I mean, she'll probably get one in the beginning.
Give her an easy paycheck for some of these episodes. She deserves it.
She was like, poor Sadie. And then after that, they did another video game trailer, which we're both pretty excited about, except we don't have the system. Stranger Things VR, and you play as Vecna, like, exploring the Upside Down.
So Netflix is really going to make me spend $300 on a MetaQuest 2, aren't they? Aren't they? Oh. I have been fighting with myself not to put out the money for a PSVR 2, even though I really want one.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to make me buy a completely different system just to play their Stranger Things game. And I'm going to level with you guys. It doesn't look very good. And when I say that, I mean graphically.
The game itself sounds really cool, seems really cool. The graphics are a little...
Yes, it is not a good-looking game. It is, like, slightly above... No, it's not even slightly above. It is PS2 era level graphics. That said, putting that aside for a second, the concept here is awesome.
Really cool.
It's really cool. It looks like you start the game waking up in the Upside Down as Henry.
Yeah.
Like immediately after being thrown in there.
Well, because he says, 11, you did this to me.
Yeah.
Or what did you do to me? Or something like that.
Right. So, like, he wakes up in the Upside Down and you're just exploring it. When he says he became an explorer in a strange new land, that's what we're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's getting into some darker stuff, too. Like, we
just watched the trailer.
Yeah, we just watched the trailer. They're, like, the people in his life are kind of, like, speaking to him in his mind. Like, he's having
this, like, thing
through the smoke.
Yeah.
Through the smoke. Including Brenner. And it looks like Brenner's going to be the big bad of the game, which is very funny. Mm-hmm. I will say, in terms of gameplay, this is not breaking new ground. You are Vecna, you can pick things up and you can throw them. You're not connected to the Upside Down yet. You don't have any of the cool powers. You are like a base level psychic or telekinetic. I don't think this game is going to have much to offer in terms of gameplay. This is not going to be on anybody's like greatest games of 2023 list. But narratively, I think this is going to be incredibly interesting. I think we're going to get a lot of contextualization for the character. I know it's being written with the show like in mind. They're not doing this as like a side project. It's meant to fit in with everything.
Yeah.
It's canon, from what I
Well,
understand.
and the Vecna, the voices are the actors. So
it's them.
Vecna is being voiced by Jamie Campbell Bower, and Dr. Brenner is being voiced by Matthew Modine. So they are direct links to the show.
Yes, they are reprising their roles. It is absolutely supposed to be canon information.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it is only $30.
It's not going to be long.
It's not going to be long. This is more or less going to be a walking sim, and I am here for it. I do want to play it. I don't know that I'm going to shell out $300 for a MetaQuest 2. And then another $30 for the game.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can do that to myself. I think you can probably get the same effect watching a Let's Play on YouTube. Because I don't know how much of this is going to be like...
That's just us. Like, if you have the system, buy it, you know?
If you have a MetaQuest 2 or 3, I guarantee it's going to be worth your $30.
Yeah,
I'm pretty confident saying that.
If we had it, we would do it. We don't have the system, and
right.
It's a lot of money to shell out for one game.
Yeah, unless someone out there wants to
send us one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Duffers, I know you listen to us. You hang on our every word, and
they do listen to us. We did a season by season retrospective, and what did they do for their?
They did a season by season retrospective. That even heavily alludes to our theory about where season 5 is going.
Oh, look at that segue.
Look at that segue.
Look at that segue. Oh, we're going backtracking the segue. Okay, good.
I did just want to get out one last thing. I think it would be very, very cool to walk around the Upside Down, even in PlayStation 2 era pixel graphics. I'm done. Okay.
Okay, well, the segway's gone now.
No, it's not.
It took the mall cop and it went away. Segway's gone.
Oh, it took Bob?
Bob wasn't a mall cop.
Nobody's built like one.
Paul Blart. Anyway.
I'm sorry. We love you, Bob.
We
really
do love Bob.
This is
a Bob Newby appreciation space. You can get out, sir.
It really is.
Anyway. So the last thing that was put out, which I saw it like an hour ago?
Yeah.
It is they put out season 5, chapter 1, scene 1. Literally like a picture of the beginning of a script. Like they did last Stranger Things Day when they revealed that episode 1 was going to be called The Crawl. So this is scene 1 of that same episode, and it says, "The sound of cold wind, groaning trees, and a child's voice singing a familiar song. Should I stay or should I go now?" Oh, that's what we think it's going to be.
There's no way it's
There's
not.
no way it's not.
We're bringing it back, people. Season 5 is coming right back to season 1. They're going full circle, just like we said they were gonna. And that's why when they did the whole season 1 thing, they only showed the vanishing of Will Byers. Mm-hmm. Because they are taking this literally back to the beginning of season 1. We are going to get direct ties between Will and Vecna. I think we're going to get most, if not all, of our Will questions answered.
I hope. Well, and it's going to, I feel like, it goes back the day he went missing. Why is the Upside Down is stuck the day he went missing.
Yep.
It's what we've been saying since we started this podcast. It started with Will. It's going to end with Will. Will is the key here.
Yep. Cannot.
And that just solidifies it for me. That's
agree.
what,
100%.
What else would it be? What other song is probably, you know what I mean?
Nothing else
that a kid would sing, that a kid sang.
They're very clearly telling us that that's what's going on.
And to further that, something to mention, I didn't mention it when I was talking about the recap. They talked about the Byers brothers bonding in season 1, and they bond over The Clash. They bond over that song. And then you're going to set and then they revealed that at the end of the day. Yep. It's got to be.
I think what we're going to see a lot of in the first episode of season 5 is flash sideways. Like we're going to see flashbacks to Will. We're going to see Vecna during the crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very clearly setting up Will and Vecna.
Yeah.
That's what this first episode is going to be all about.
Yep. Absolutely. I fully believe that. And I think
we're the Grubs and we endorse this message.
And I think from this, I think I want our next episode to be season 5 speculations, if we can come up with some.
If we can speculate for like 20 minutes, I'm down. Let's do it.
Well, it made me really excited for it. I mean, we still don't know when we're going to get it because the writer's strike is over, yeah, but the actor's strike isn't.
That said, we do know when Stranger Things VR is coming out.
That comes, the Stranger Things VR for, to wet your whistle a little bit, comes out November 30th. So
yes,
the end of this month.
So if your kid wants a Meta Quest 2 for Christmas, let's give Zuckerberg some more money.
Oh,
Christ.
Man. But yeah, so that was Stranger Things Day 2023. 40 years after Will Byers went missing.
I'm excited for Stranger Things Day 2024. Maybe we'll actually get like a whole episode of season 5 ready.
Oh my god, it's
so long. Oh, that started as a joke, and then as I thought about it, like while I was saying, I was like, oh wow, we really might not have a season 5 by then.
We probably won't.
That's a bummer.
I think we
have to. Netflix is like banking on Stranger Things.
Well, here's the thing. I have no doubt that like when the writers' strike ended, they literally tweeted immediately, "We're back." So like the writers, they're banging shit out. Like they probably have many episodes written in the works.
I would not be surprised if the writers of this particular show continued working during the strike personally.
Oh, probably coming up with ideas and like taking notes and things like that.
Like I'm sure they weren't like scabbing.
Oh no, and that's not what we mean.
Surprised if this team wasn't doing their own thing.
Thinking of things and coming up with things and being able to bring more things to the table. Like, oh, while we were striking, I came up with this. So what I personally think what's gonna happen is as soon as the actors' strike stops, they're gonna be like, we need to film.
Yeah.
We need to start filming. I hope, depending on when that ends, potentially the end of 2024, if they get things done quickly enough.
I would love it if we could have like a Halloween release the same way we did for season 2.
Yeah. But that could be a lofty goal, and that's not realistic. That's what I want. Realistically, it's probably not going to happen until 2025.
Yeah. Which is the same year we're going to Super Mario World.
Sure.
That's happening.
Because that has to do with Stranger Things.
It's just I can't think of 2025 without like thinking of that opens up in Florida.
I can't think of 2025 at all. That's like too far in advance right now.
I made her ill by making her think of 2025.
Excuse me, I got worked up. But yeah, so that's all I got.
That's Stranger Things Day.
That's Stranger Things Day, friends.
Final thoughts, honestly, like they did exactly what I thought they were gonna do. They gave us one little nugget of information. But it's kind of cool that we have some other stuff to look forward to. You know, Dead by Daylight players are getting their content back, which is huge. New people can try it out. You know, if you're already in the VR space, we've got this Vecna game coming out, which is very cool. Like I said, if I don't shell out $300 additional dollars this month, which I really don't want to do, I'll probably watch a Let's Play. But yeah, I mean, at least there's something happening. Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll talk about it another time, but the Stranger Things Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comics finished. That's
right, you did finish those, so we'll have another episode. And I got the Eddie book.
You did.
How could I forget?
Because you're still neck deep in another book.
I'm so close to being done. But yeah, I got The Flight of Icarus. I actually posted about it on our Instagram account. But I plan on reading that as soon as I finish The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I have been reading since July. And not because it's not good. I took a really long break. So yeah, so we'll have an episode about that too. Maybe I'll just read you the entire book. There you go.
Could do it.
Read along with me.
I could teach you how to edit that, and you just release it as your own personal audiobook.
No, nobody wants to hear me read about Eddie.
I mean, people already listened to you talk about him for
That's true. And
30 minutes
literally,
a pop.
like, I really hope the book is good. I really hope the book is good. I really do.
She really hopes the book is good.
Well, because I'm going to preface it I'm going to say this. Yes, I love Eddie, but if the book isn't good, I'm going to be honest about it. So just saying.
So yeah, we'll talk the Eddie book.
We'll talk the Eddie book.
We'll talk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very cute series of comics. Get your hands on it if you can. We'll talk.
And then we'll do some speculation. We have 2 years, probably. So we're gonna need to think of things.
The collective is gonna need to come up with some other stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah. We will. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure stuff out. But we hope you would enjoy this episode of our rambling. Because that's what it was.
It really was. You gonna sign us off there, hun?
Sure. Signing off from the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Devin Grubb.
And I'm Zach Grubb.
Dusty Buns gets it done.